Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program, broadcasting from West Virginia. It is great to have you with us. So we had the Republican debate that took place last night on CNN, and, I normally play sound bites of the debate on the show, like right after it happens, but I'm just going to be completely honest with you. It was just an absolute circus last night. I don't want to bore you, because quite frankly, you really couldn't understand what they were saying if I play it on the radio, because in audio bits, it's just everybody interrupting each other and talking at once. Because what we have now is basically what we have now are Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz that are doing a tag team thing trying to take out Donald Trump, and both of them are going after him, and they're trying to just absolutely mutilate him, and it really just makes them look like a bunch of immature buffoons. I mean, when Trump does it, it's entertaining. When they do it, they're being jerks. And I'll give you an example. When Trump attacks people, he doesn't laugh, in other words, okay? He doesn't like, ha, 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 yeah, I showed him. He's not a smart aleck, okay? He is dominant, but he's not like, ha, 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 in your face, I'm a jerk, okay? That's not what Trump is normally like, is he? Now, would some people call him a jerk? Yeah, they would. But he doesn't, have this, he doesn't have, okay, how can I put it? He's not like a teenager jerk. He's more like an adult jerk, if that makes sense. I'm just, not giving my own personal viewpoint here, but how other people perceive Donald Trump. Some people perceive Donald Trump, put it that way. And this is based upon what I've been told. But in my opinion, last night you had Marco Rubio that was acting like a legitimate jerk, that was really just teaming up with Ted Cruz trying to take out Trump, and you could see that. And it really just looked very mature on their part. You had an article here from Breitbart.com of where Marco Rubio just absolutely dumped on Trump, and this is by Charlie Spearing, something like that. Ahead of the CNN debate, Senator Marco Rubio supporters begged him to challenge Donald Trump after the Florida senator lost repeatedly to the billionaire outsider presidential candidate in early states. Rubio delivered tonight in Texas. His supporters screamed with joy as he gleefully threw punches, referring to Trump by name and challenging him on details about his policies. Trump didn't back down, however, repeatedly interrupting Rubio as he tried to land a memorable line against the bombastic debate champion. This is Breitbart. That strategy worked effectively, deflecting the damage that Rubio was trying to inflict. Such a cute soundbite, Trump replied after Rubio delivered one of his prepared lines. Rubio came armed with a tub of opposition research on Trump University. And Cruz did too. But Trump's record of hiring illegal immigrants, blah, 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 he challenged Trump for details on important policy issues. And none of this has been confirmed, by the way. Well, I don't know anything about bankrupting four companies. Yeah, has Marco Rubio even ever had a company? Has he ever owned a company? I mean, for crying out loud, guys, the guy spends like he has all this money, and he doesn't. He ends up putting himself in debt. This is Marco Rubio. He bought this $8,000, I think it was a plane or something. $800,000, not $8,000, $800,000 plane, and the guy can't afford it. He puts himself in debt. He's a careless spender, spends his money like a drunken sailor. And he is talking about how he wants to put Americans back to work, about how he wants to fix the economy, how he wants to pay back our debt. This is Marco Rubio I'm talking about. The guy can't even pay back his own debt. So if you can't even fix your personal debt, how in the world are you going to fix, by that time, a $20 trillion debt that we're going to have as a country? You can't do it. It's just a politician running for office because he thinks that the desk is pretty that he'd be sitting behind. But anyway, continuing reading this. Well, I don't know anything about bankrupting four companies, Rubio said. Yeah, well, Rubio, you also don't know anything about creating a successful company either. During a discussion on the economy, blah, blah, blah. All right, I guess there's a salute, oh my gosh, statute of limitations on lies, Rubio said. Ha ha ha, the crowd laughed. And then you had, after Trump, and that's what he said to Trump, tried to dismiss an attack on the troublesome Trump University as something that happened years ago. Why don't you make them in America? He said, referring to Trump's ties and suits. If he builds a wall, that's the same way he's going to do at Trump Towers. Or, excuse me, if he builds the wall the same way he built Trump Towers, he'll use illegal immigrant labor to do it. Ha, ha, ha. So, and that's what he said. He said that Polish workers are the ones who built Trump Towers for Donald Trump. So he said, yeah, he's saying that Polish workers, he's saying that illegal immigrants built Trump Towers. I tell you, Rubio is such a sleazeball. I mean, guys, if I was Donald Trump, you know what I would throw out there? There's this, really conspiratorial claim that's about as conspiratorial as the nonsense that was coming out of Rubio's mouth last night, of how Marco Rubio was allegedly in this bathtub that was full of bubbles, and they were having a party, and it was him with all guys that were recognized as being homosexuals. Yeah, that's right. So Rubio was at a bath time party, I guess, with a bunch of LGBTs. And that's, actually it'd be just the G and the Bs. So anyway, there might have been some T's there. I don't know. But, see, that's the thing. And guys, this is just a wild claim that's out there of Marco Rubio participating in that. And it's probably not true, but hey, if we're just going to start spouting off things that have just been rumored about each other, then go ahead. That's fair game, too. Donald Trump ought to use that. But I tell you, it's really just pathetic to me to see the direction that this entire campaign is going, that all the campaigns are going, because to be completely honest with you, last night it seemed like all the candidates, and I'm not saying, I'm not, excluding some, but it seemed like all the candidates were acting like absolute children. They were. They acted like it was a circus, and it was just so crazy. That's why I refused to play any of the sound bites on the show. It might be good for television, but it is not good for radio because you have absolutely no idea what they're saying. They were so rooted and obnoxious, okay? But anyway, continuing here. You had poor Ben Carson. Ben Carson, okay, maybe I can exclude him. Ben Carson, poor guy. He was in the middle of this thing, and they were just going back and forth. They were biting each other's throats, and Ben Carson was over in the corner, weren't calling on him, and finally, Ben Carson got tired of it and said, "Can somebody attack me, please?" So and Carson also said, "I'm going to whine," because he's not getting any questions. So that was Ben Carson last night. Didn't have a very good night. But yeah, and that's, another thing that was a big highlight of the night was Donald Trump. And I will just go ahead and tell you that according to Drudge Report, Donald Trump did win last night with 59.69% of the vote. And that was a total of a whopping number of people that voted on this, 146,256 votes for Donald Trump, saying that he won the debate. Ted Cruz was in second with 19.09% of the vote with 46,766, which really doesn't even compare to Donald Trump's number. I mean, that's almost that's really, almost 100,000 difference there, so that's pretty big. And then you have Rubio, that was in third place of saying he won the debate. So see, people, only 14%, 14.77% thought that Rubio won the debate. So see, everyone else thought he's rude and obnoxious too. And he only received 36,184 votes. Kasich, 4% with 10,051 votes. And you have Carson, poor Ben Carson, at 2.35% with just 5,778 votes. And there's probably from people who fell asleep in the debate and really don't know what's going on, but supported Ben Carson before the debate, so they decided to cast their ballot in support of him on Drudge Report. That's probably what happened, but that's just me. Let's see. Another thing that we have going on here is regarding Donald Trump's tax returns. Oh, yes. And Mitt Romney has decided to slither his way into this entire thing. And he's been going after Donald Trump, saying, oh, yeah, there's a bombshell in Donald Trump's tax returns. According to Fox News, there might be a bombshell revelation to be discovered in Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump's tax returns. 2012 party nominee Mitt Romney said Wednesday. He also called on the entire GOP field to release their tax returns. I think there's something there, Romney said of Trump's returns. He didn't even see them. Either he's not anywhere near as wealthy as he says he is, or he hasn't been paying the kind of taxes we would expect him to pay. Romney, a former Massachusetts governor, told Fox News, Neil Cavuto on Your World. Well, wait a minute here. Why did they leave out the part that he lost in 2012 and absolutely humiliated the Republican Party? And he even said himself that when you are a nominee of the GOP or of the Democratic Party, whatever, when you're the presidential nominee and you lose, you're recognized as a loser for life. That's Mitt Romney's own words. So technically, by Mitt Romney's own definition, he is a loser for life. So why are we listening or even considering anything that comes out of the mouth of a loser for life? I don't understand that. But anyway, another thing that Mitt Romney said, because the reason why Donald Trump said that he's not releasing his tax returns is because because Donald Trump believes that he shouldn't release his tax returns because he's being audited. Well, Mitt Romney decided to come out, open his mouth again, and said no legit reason Donald can't release his tax returns while being audited. But if scared, release earlier returns no longer under audit. Oh, okay. So, yeah, good job, Mitt. So Mitt is coming in here trying to secure the vote for, I would say, probably Marco Rubio. I have reports here of where apparently he plans on endorsing Marco Rubio if he hasn't done it already. So I don't know. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But, and that's the thing. So we had Cruz and Rubio basically doing a tag team match last night. We have this ridiculous stuff about, Donald Trump's tax returns, and a whole bunch of people are saying, oh, there's a scandal there. Okay, if you think that Donald Trump's tax returns is this huge scandal, I'd like to introduce you to a woman named Hillary Clinton. And by the way, the woman is just based upon speculation. But anyway, another thing, and this is a thing that I really can't figure out. Okay, Mitt Romney is jumping into this thing. Everyone's listening to him. Oh, what does the Mormons say? Okay, well, listen to me on this, okay? Mitt Romney is having his remarks absolutely mainstreamed right now, okay? Everyone is focusing on it. Why is everyone focusing on Mitt Romney's remarks on Trump when he insulted 47% of the population and aggravated the remaining 4.1%? He lost the election, guys. He is a failure. He is a failure. And we're listening to him, and people are going to him for campaign advice. Oh, I mean, seriously, Donald Trump is doing much better than Romney ever did. Because I remember Romney lost Iowa. He also lost South Carolina. Donald Trump won New Hampshire. And he also won South Carolina. And he also won Nevada. Mitt Romney did not do it that well. He didn't do as well as Donald Trump is doing. So really, why are we going to Mitt Romney for advice or for what he thinks or any of that? I mean, he's a loser. Just the same as they were bringing out Bob Dole, another loser. He's old. He's a American war hero, but when it comes to politics, he is a loser. He lost the presidential election, and the reason why is because he was too moderate. Just like Mitt Romney, way too moderate. And everyone's saying that Donald Trump is a moderate. I really don't see it based upon what he's been running his campaign on anyway. If you want to get to his record, then yeah, we can discuss that part. And that's just going to his political record. But I'll remind you that Ronald Reagan was also a Democrat before he became a Republican, a very liberal. Well, I'll put it this way, a fairly, moderate liberal when it comes to his stance when he was a Democrat. But, I mean, that's just, personally what I think. I just think this entire thing is ridiculous. And Donald Trump is, I would say for the most part, Donald Trump is a conservative. And that's just my personal belief. I think he's popularizing conservatism. He is turning conservatism into the new populism because it's really just reigniting an excitement or patriotism throughout the country. I've seen it with my generation that's pulling for Trump. And I think it's just really extraordinary seeing what is taking place here. But that's just, that's just me. I sort of see a revival of patriotism coming out of Donald Trump's campaign, and that's for all age groups. And it's something that I thought was really neat. Oh, by the way, another thing that I also want to point out, John Kasich, every time that he delivers a stupid speech or is talking in a debate, if you notice, I want you, next time there's a debate, and if he's still in it, which hopefully he won't be, hopefully he'll have the decency to drop out, but he's probably arrogant enough to stay in, because, when you're the governor of Ohio, you are prepared to run the country. That's what Kasich believes anyway. But I want you to look at his wrist, because I swear he needs to put elastic or something in his sleeves, because by the time that he ends up finishing his speech or whatever at the debates, the end of his sleeves are all the way down under his armpits. I mean, the guy needs to build some muscle mass or put elastic in his sleeves or something.
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time. Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
J.P. Morgan is now holding a record 55 million ounces of silver. Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting another financial crisis, and over time, they're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. Silver is trading below its production costs and is predicted to double by 2020. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. If you find a better rate, they will easily match it just for you. Plus, their specialty is precious metals IRA rollovers for the ultimate in IRA security. Be one of the first 20 callers today to receive their free definitive gold guide, plus their exclusive A Sterling Time to Be Buying Silver report. They have an A-plus rating with a Better Business Bureau, so call the experts at Capital Gold Group now and see what investing in gold and silver can do for you. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. Once again, that is 1-800-932-4108.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Paraswabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of Paraswabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Paraswabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Paraswabs risk-free, call 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817.
First introduced in 2008, Paraswabs is a patented teeth whitening technology developed by dentist Martin Ginniger. Paraswabs is a 5-minute treatment to get teeth white without having to visit the dentist. The product uses clinically researched ingredients to reach between the enamel and break down the molecular bonds between positively charged stained molecules and the negatively charged surfaces. Teeth stained from coffee or tea have been found to be 2 shades whiter with one Paraswabs treatment. Paraswabs can be reached at 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. That is 1-800-678-4817. Once again, that is 1-800-678-4817. Paraswabs is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. 9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. InventHelp was established in 1984 and formed to assist new inventors with getting their products patented and sold in stores. Based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, InventHelp has been in business for over 30 years. The company offers assistance with submitting inventions or new product ideas to the industry, while also getting new products registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. InventHelp also has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and has been accredited since 1995. They can be reached at 1-800-352-1597. That's 1-800-352-1597. Once again, that's 1-800-352-1597. 1597.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, guys, so I'm just going to tell you real quick. Oh, by the way, Brian Fisher, my good friend, had Ted Cruz on earlier, so you might want to check that out. You can go to AFR Talk. Is it? No, it's not AFR Talk. It's AFR.net, but it's AFR Talk. That's the radio network, and you can listen to his show on there. And we're also going to have that up on Cowger Network, the interview, definitely, and we'll have that running on there. Probably should be up by tomorrow around 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I think 5 o'clock is when we're going to put the interview up. So you guys can definitely check that out. If you have a Roku, you can download Cowger Network and, yeah, definitely watch that. But anyway, guys, another thing that we have going on, I said that in a New Yorker accent, didn't I? Because I normally say another thing, but I say another thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, so a lot of people have been contacting me about who do you support for president? Oh, you're a what do Cruz supporters call Trump people? Let me find it. Oh, what are they? Because I've been insulted by Cruz supporters. I've been insulted by Trump supporters. I've been insulted by Rubio supporters. Oh yeah, Trump minion is what I've been called. Trump minion. By Cruz supporters, apparently I am a sellout and not a Christian because I don't dislike Donald Trump. Apparently I have to hate Donald Trump with a passion in order to be an official Christian. I didn't know that, but apparently that's how it works now. And then, of course, if I don't support Marco Rubio, I'm a filthy Protestant. So I don't know what's I really just despise primaries with passion. That's just me, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do not take sides in a primary election, and the reason why I don't do that, it's the same reason that Rush Limbaugh doesn't do it. I learned this very early on. Okay, I have two radio hosts that have been great. Well, actually three. I have three radio hosts that have been great mentors in my life, okay? Actually, I have four. I have four radio hosts that have been great mentors in my life, okay? You have Rush Limbaugh, you have Brian Fisher, you have Mark Levin, and you have Jimmy Z. And Jimmy Z is a guy who does all the voiceovers for us here at Cowger Network. So every time or Cowger Nation, or Caiden Cowger program, I don't know, I'm calling it roll. So every time you hear Caiden Cowger, somebody had to say it. That's him. Very good radio voice. But anyway, one of the things that Rush Limbaugh said early on, he said, this is the best advice that I can give to all aspiring conservative radio talk show hosts. When the primary comes up, do not endorse a candidate. It is not your job to help that candidate win, okay? Because it's their job to win the primary. You do not need to do that unless there's no other conservative running. Then you can endorse whatever candidate you want. But if not, don't just stay away from it. Don't endorse a candidate. It's their job to win. He said, now, if they get the nomination, then that changes things because it's our side versus their side. It's the Republicans versus the Democrats, the conservatives versus the liberals. So that's when you take sides and you make your endorsement and you fight for that candidate, because now we're fighting the liberal left. But, Rush Limbaugh, and I was listening to his show just a few days ago. I have to listen to it in segments because I have school and everything that I'm attending right now. But yeah, I was listening to the little segment of the Rush Limbaugh show the other day, and he's getting the same exact treatment that I'm getting. He's getting bashed by Rubio people, by Cruz people, and by Trump people. So it's crazy. And he said, I hate to know what would happen if I ended up endorsing a candidate, which, I personally, and basically, I guess I'm sort of running in the middle of the road as a moderate when it comes to who am I supporting for president right now. And, I've always said that the problem with moderates is that you get run over by both sides, because when you stand, that's what happens. When you stand in the middle of the road, you get run over by both sides. So, that's why you normally pick a side in order to, remain popular with one certain group. But, I'd just stay out of that. And, sometimes I criticize Cruz, sometimes I criticize Trump, I criticize Rubio a lot because I don't like him. But, with Cruz and Trump, those are the top two guys that I've said on this program that I would be happy with. I would not mind having either Cruz or Donald Trump, because I think both of them are conservatives. And yeah, I get yelled at by Cruz supporters for saying that. I get yelled at by Trump supporters for saying that. So, see, because rather than hearing, oh yeah, he likes my candidate too, they hear, he likes the opponent, he likes the evil side. And it's like, okay, whatever. I can't win. So either you like their guy or they hate you and they despise you until, someone gets a nomination, then they love you again. And then it's like, oh yeah, we love you. You keep, speaking the truth. It's like, yeah, right, you lazy bum. Just go away. I mean, that's one thing that's one thing I really hate about primaries. I've been called a sellout by Cruz supporters and everything else. And I really just get tired of it. I really do. But, that's what happens when you are a political radio host. I'm just starting to find out more and, more as time goes on. Because really this is, ever since, 2012, this is actually the second major election, presidential election anyway, that I've covered as a radio host. And this is, the first time since I've been nationally syndicated that I'm actually covering a presidential election here. So, of course, we're reaching more people back, compared to when I first was covering everything. So it's different, and you end up getting hated by everybody, but I don't care. Yeah, God gave me thick skin, thankfully. But yeah, so you guys out there that listen to me all the time, I mean, you know how I feel. I'm, I go after whoever I feel is worthy of, my criticism, be it constructive or, be it a put me down like I do to Rubio, because like I said, I don't like him. But why do you like Rubio? I don't care if, Rubio supporters out there don't like me, because Rubio is just he's not a good guy. He's an establishment rhino. He is very, I won't say he's very socially liberal, but he's socially moderate. He's a wimp when it comes to social issues. All of a sudden he's just trying to cling to his little Christianity to win, Christians over and get the evangelicals to vote for him. But that's the thing, because he said, "Oh well, we've the same-sex marriage issue. Oh well, that's no big deal. We'll move on past that." And all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm going to appoint justices that are going to overturn this. Right? Yeah. Way to go, Rubio. That's what he believes. And by the way, he also believes that homosexuality is innate, that they are born that way, baby. Yeah, Lady Gaga, baby, I was born this way. Yeah, that song. I tell you, I hate it. But anyway, that's what Marco Rubio believes. They are born that way. Now, all you Christian evangelicals out there, I want you to think about that for a minute, okay? How in the world can any Christian possibly say that they're born that way? I mean, if you're going to, make it into a spiritual thing, where I guess you can say that you inherit the demons of your ancestor. I don't know how you're going to twist that. But anyway, I mean, because, I know how the Bible says, like, you have different generations of demons if you're going to go to the extent of saying that, all gay people are demon-possessed. But that's a pretty big stretch, and that is controversial in itself. And personally, I just, believe it's equivalent to, like, fornication and adultery. I mean, you get addicted to that stuff, and because you completely reject Christ, the only one that holds the keys to unlock that chain that sin's put upon you, that's really the only way that I guess you could say that it's not a choice when they completely reject Christ. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying that it's a physical, characteristic that people are given. And if you're going to say that, then how in the world can you say that you oppose same-sex marriage if you believe that God made them that way? I mean, you can't. So his argument is really just weird. Rubio is a perfect example of how we can be called a bigot, because if you believe that they're born that way and they are created in God's image, like they say, when we all know for a fact that God does not create people and then, that way and then sends them to hell for it. Okay, God doesn't do that. It's so stupid, I tell you. If we're all in the image of God, then everybody's straight, okay, because that's how God designed us. He designed us for reproduction, okay, and there's no reproduction with homosexuals, okay, so that's just the way that it is. But, guys, I tell you, it's just so. I'm so tired of this Republican debate thing. And if you really want to watch a freak show, of course, you can turn it to MSNBC or whatever. They're going to have the next Democratic debate on and watch that. But it really is. It's just a huge circus. But, yeah, if I really have to choose, my top two guys right now are Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. And Ted Cruz or Donald Trump. Not in that particular order. I would like either one of them to be the nominee. I'm just waiting to see what happens and which one doesn't, get absolutely terminated.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Power Swabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Power Swabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Power Swabs risk-free, call 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
Call 1-800-352-1597. That's 1-800-352-1597.
InventHelp was established in 1984 and formed to assist new inventors with getting their products patented and sold in stores. Based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, InventHelp has been in business for over 30 years. The company offers assistance with submitting inventions or new product ideas to the industry, while also getting new products registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. InventHelp also has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and has been accredited since 1995. They can be reached at 1-800-352-1597. That's 1-800-352-1597. Once again, that's 1-800-352-1597. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. First introduced in 2008, Power Swabs is a patented teeth whitening technology developed by dentist Martin Ginniger. Power Swabs is a 5-minute treatment to get teeth white without having to visit the dentist. The product uses clinically researched ingredients to reach between the enamel and break down the molecular bonds between positively charged stained molecules and the negatively charged surfaces. Teeth stained from coffee or tea have been found to be 2 shades whiter with one Power Swabs treatment. Power Swabs can be reached at 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. That is 1-800-678-4817. Once again, that is 1-800-678-4817. Power Swabs is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You know, someone mentioned one thing to me earlier that I thought was an interesting idea, because you guys have been listening to me for quite some time. You know that I've said that, maybe Cruz and Trump have something cooked up, and Donald Trump is going to choose Ted Cruz to be his running mate. I've been saying this for a while. I've thought it. And in recent months, I've sort of questioned my possibility, my theory, because, they're just really going at each other, and it's really just vicious. And I've wondered, maybe Trump will choose someone else. And see, the thing with that is that someone contacted me over that, and they said, Caiden, you still might be right. And I'm thinking, okay, well, how? And they said, well, if you think about it, you have Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush, who were really at each other's throats as well. And then all of a sudden, after Ronald Reagan chose Bush to be his nominee, or as being his running mate, then they were best of friends, and they were really happy. They loved each other. So that's what happened there. And he said, you watch it. Same thing might happen with Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. And that, I don't know, it is a possibility, if Ted Cruz can, prove that he's an American citizen or whatever. But, and I've said that, and I'm joking there, because I've said that, Ted Cruz, well, see, here's the thing that I don't get, okay? So originally, in the founding of the country, you have where, and this is one theory that I've had from originalists that have told me this. In the founding of the country, originally you get your birth from your father, okay? You get your, what am I saying? You get your citizenship from your father, okay? So if your father was born an American citizen, then you are automatically an American, okay? You're automatically an American citizen. Well, that's the originalism of it, okay? And then eventually it was transitioned into where if either of your parents were American citizens, and you're given American citizenship. Well, see, here's the thing. If we're going to be an originalist here, that would mean that Ted Cruz would not be eligible for the presidency because his father was not born in America, but his mother was. So, interpret that however you will. If we go all the way back to the founding of the country, Ted Cruz would not be an American citizen, would, be naturalized, but he wasn't naturalized because the law changed. But according to originalism, he would be, not a genuine American citizen. Whatever, I don't know. But then you also have Marco Rubio. And see, here's the interesting thing that I did not know about Marco Rubio. And you guys might also find this interesting as well, because Donald Trump was bringing this up. And the interesting thing about Marco Rubio? Marco Rubio, neither one of his parents, his mother nor his father, were American citizens at the time of his birth. They were over here, but they were not American citizens. So you know what that means? That means that Marco Rubio is an anchor baby. He is an anchor baby. So see, the thing with that is that he's probably not eligible whatsoever for the presidency, considering that, anchor babies really are not supposed to be recognized, I don't believe, as being American citizens. However, they are, unless the Supreme Court rules otherwise. So that's very, very interesting there. And there's a good chance that Marco Rubio, technically is not eligible for the presidency because of that one. So when you really get down to it, you only have three people eligible. You have John Kasich. You have Ben Carson, who acts like he's getting ready to go to sleep all the time. And then you have Donald Trump that acts like he is on coffee all the time. So, I don't know. It's you have a choice there. And, Donald Trump is doing the best in the polls. So, depending on, eligibility and everything. And guys, I'm just saying, if Donald Trump doesn't exploit this stuff, you guys know very, very well that the Clintons will, because the Clintons were the original birthers. If you remember, it was Hillary Clinton who was the original birther of President Obama, saying, oh, yeah, he was born in Kenya. And then all of a sudden they got blamed on the Republican Party, and we were racist because we were saying that, the first black president was born in another country. So they turned that into a racial thing when the Clintons started it. But hey, we don't get credit for that. It's all the Clintons. We get credit for that. The Clintons get off scot-free, as it, always happens with them. Just like with multiple people that have been, Challenger family, and then next thing you know, they have a few bullets in their head. But anyway, that's not important. What do we have? It was natural causes. That's what it was. That's all it ever has been. Oh, by the way, here's a new thing. Breitbart News is reporting that Fox News. Why did I say newses? It's supposed to be Fox News. When there's an apostrophe after the S, you say news. Or the other S is silent because it doesn't exist. Okay, so anyway, Fox News brand sinks to 3-year low with Republicans, and this is according to Breitbart News. And actually, they just quoted Mediaite. So here we go, by Sam Reisman. In the past 6 months, Fox News has boasted some of the highest ratings in the near 20-year history, including airing its two most viewed telecasts ever. But its standing among Republican viewers has hit a 3-year low, according to YouGov Brand Index, which measures the positive or negative perception of a brand among the public. By mid-February, according to YouGov, Fox's perception by Republican adults 18 and over had reached its lowest point in more than 3 years and has declined by approximately 50% since January of this year. It is perhaps no coincidence that the downfall or downward spiral or downward trend, whatever you want to say, in Republican esteem coincides with a highly dramatic election cycle that is seeing the rise of Donald Trump, the GOP frontrunner, who has polarized Republican voters and relentlessly needled both Fox and the party establishment. So Fox News not doing well among its Republican audience, and that was actually the biggest news network that Republican viewers watched. Oh, by the way, I was also going to say regarding the Donald Trump thing and controversy between him and Mitt Romney over the tax returns. Reid actually mocked Mitt Romney, saying, Mitt Romney never gave us his tax returns. Who was the brainchild that got him to do that? Reid said at a news conference. He gave us a summary. He never gave us his tax returns. Romney's bombshell remark mirrored Reid's repeated claims 4 years ago that an anonymous source told him that Romney hadn't paid taxes for 10 years. So see, there you go. Mitt Romney is a hypocrite. He's just, maybe he's thinking of his own, tax history, and that's what's going on there. Because, I normally don't, I do not like Harry Reid, okay? Dirty Harry Reid, he's a progressive Democrat. He doesn't know what he's doing. He probably was mugged and said that he fell off of some type of exercise equipment or fell in his house. I don't know what it was. But anyway, some poor excuse for his black eye. But anyway, I will say that, it is quite interesting what Harry Reid is saying there because, to be completely honest with you, he's right. They had to pressure him into doing that. And eventually, he didn't even release it. So, that's the big deal there. So Mitt Romney's really in no place to be criticizing Donald Trump for not releasing his tax returns because he didn't do it. So, that's the whole deal there. So, I guess in that case, by using facts, Harry Reid would be accurate in his assessment of the situation. But, that's once in a blue moon. But, hey, that broken clock is right 2 times a day. Moving on here, we have another thing regarding auditing and tax stuff. Apparently, Dr. Ben Carson stated that after he spoke after after he spoke out against Obamacare, he was audited by the IRS, by Obama's IRS. According to the Gateway pundit, Dr. Ben Carson told the audience tonight, and that was yesterday at the debate thing, that after he spoke out against Obamacare at the National Prayer Breakfast, he was audited by the Obama IRS. And see, Donald Trump came out and said, I've been audited for like 12 years now, and I'm being audited right now. My company's so huge, I'm being audited by the IRS every year for the past 12 years. So it's crazy what they're doing to him. But hey, and then you have Ben Carson saying, yeah, I was audited after I opposed President Obama at that thing and made him look bad. So that's just what happens when you oppose the Obama regime. When you oppose the progressive regime, they end up coming after you. Oh, by the way, Hillary Clinton ended up getting her little speech interrupted by a heavily liberal protester, I guess extreme liberal, one of the Black Lives Matter groups. We're going to talk a little bit about that from MSN News, or actually this was from Huffington Post. Whatever, Huffington Post. We will be right back after this.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight. Somebody had to say it.
Did you ever look at the stains in your coffee cup and then realize that's exactly what happens to your teeth? Paraswabs is the 5-minute solution to get your teeth white without visiting the dentist. This is John Greenhut, the CEO of Paraswabs. And if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, all it takes is 5 minutes with Paraswabs. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. It's clinically proven to whiten natural teeth as well as caps and veneers. The secret is a tooth detergent that was developed by Dr. Martin Ginniger that lifts stains off of your teeth. Best of all, there's no messy strips or trays that you have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you're done. To try Paraswabs risk-free, call 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. I guarantee your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free today. 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-824-9762. Again, 800-824-9762. That's 800-824-9762. 800-824-9762.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
Call 1-800-352-1597. That's 1-800-352-1597.
First introduced in 2008, Paraswabs is a patented teeth whitening technology developed by dentist Martin Ginniger. Paraswabs is a 5-minute treatment to get teeth white without having to visit the dentist. The product uses clinically researched ingredients to reach between the enamel and break down the molecular bonds between positively charged stained molecules and the negatively charged surfaces. Teeth stained from coffee or tea have been found to be 2 shades whiter with one Paraswabs treatment. Paraswabs can be reached at 1-800-678-4817. That's 1-800-678-4817. That is 1-800-678-4817. Once again, that is 1-800-678-4817. Paraswabs is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program. InventHelp was established in 1984 and formed to assist new inventors with getting their products patented and sold in stores. Based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, InventHelp has been in business for over 30 years. The company offers assistance with submitting inventions or new product ideas to the industry, while also getting new products registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. InventHelp also has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and has been accredited since 1995. They can be reached at 1-800-352-1597. That's 1-800-352-1597. Once again, that's 1-800-352-1597. 1597.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. Great to have you with us. So we have a lot to cover in the last segment of the show today. So we're going to get to it. So let's see here. All right, so Black Lives Matter activist has interrupted Hillary Clinton's speech, and this was at a private event in South Carolina. According to Huffington Post, two Black Lives Matter activists interrupted a private Hillary Clinton fundraising event, and they also did this to Bernie Sanders and have done this to Hillary Clinton several times now. And this was Wednesday night in Charleston, South Carolina. Youth activist Ashley Williams protested Clinton, demanding that the Democratic presidential candidate account for inconsistencies on her record on race, specifically around her comments made about crime in 1996. So you even have the Black Lives Matter group that's turning on the Democrats now. Williams and her colleague, whom she did not identify, contributed $500 to attend the Clinton event, which was held at a private residence with around 100 people estimated. So that's what Clinton's going through now. So you have Black Lives Matter that's now turning on the Democratic Party. Let's see. Oh, by the way, another thing, you have Hillary Clinton not showing her voters the transcripts of what happened on Wall Street, not showing her Wall Street transcripts. That's funny. I'll only do it if the Republicans do it. Okay. Right. Well, then Donald Trump will only show his tax return if the Democrats do it, too. So let's see. What do we have going on here? Oh, yeah. Scientists are now claiming that they can create babies without men by injecting eggs with artificial, what they're calling artificial sperm. And this is just an absolute, product of the devil, to be completely honest with you. But, that's what's going on here. So this is from the Mirror, and this is a legitimate news story. Scientists have claimed that they have found a way for women to have babies without men by creating artificial you-know-what. The team from China claimed that they have crafted healthy mouse babies by injecting laboratory-made you-know-what into eggs to produce mouse offspring. The scientists claim their stem cell technique could pave the way for new treatments for male fertility. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to be saying, we don't need men anymore, let's just do away with men, and the feminists have a new thing to rant about. So congratulations, feminists, if that works. But it probably won't, because I doubt God would allow it. Anyway, let's see. We have Venus goddess temple that I guess a leader of that is on trial for winding to an end. The long-running case of Tracy Elsey, the leader of the Phoenix Goddess Temple, appears to be winding toward an end. Basically, this lady created just an absolute fraudulent religion of where you have prostitution that's involved, and basically they're saying that prostitution is their religion. So that's what we have going on in Phoenix right now, just absolute perverts there. We have Bill Clinton. Speaking of perverts, Clinton fans are now fretting that they might get what they wish for, Donald Trump. So the Clinton campaign is absolutely just in panic mode right now because they think that Donald Trump could very well get the nomination. Of course, they're the most concerned about Trump because Trump has the most name recognition of all the other candidates. Another thing we have here is that Al Sharpton is saying that he is going to get out of here, get out of the United States if Donald Trump wins. And a lot of liberals have been saying this, which really just makes me want to see Donald Trump get, the presidency even more. Because, and they've also said, a lot of them have said the same thing with Cruz, a lot more Trump. So if Donald Trump does get elected to the presidency, conservatives, listen to this. We're going to be rid of liberals in the United States. They'll just go away. They will be gone. Vamoose. We get them out of here. So we might get our country back after a Trump presidency. So that's something that we can look forward to. So that's what we have going on here. We're towards the end of the show. Oh, by the way, Facebook, Google, and Amazon are teaming up to back Apple in court. So they're defending Apple in not basically caving and unlocking that phone or whatever that's going on where they basically create a hack to hack iPhones because there isn't one that exists and they don't want to do that. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. Guys, I want to thank you for listening to us tonight. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. And for the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you so much. God bless and God save this nation.